Hi, this is Ethan Green, and I'm doing my philosophy presentation on human identity and purpose. We live in a modern world where technology continues to rapidly advance, and to receive knowledge, we simply search up answers on the internet. In an age of such abundant knowledge, we still find ourselves asking the same questions we've been asking for millennia. Countless philosophers have tried to answer these questions and have provided a plethora of different potential answers. And yet, even though we have identified and defined millions of things, we still wrestle with this in our own identity and purpose in the universe. Starting with René Descartes, he lays an important foundation for all thought going forward as he establishes the proof of existence. As he famously stated, "I think, therefore I am." In the quest to prove his existence, he doubted his existence, and as R.C. Sproul described it, to doubt is to doubt. This was a crucial foundation that many philosophers would later build off of. But next we must travel back in time, to the time of Socrates. To justify our current question of identity and purpose, we must first ask, why even should we seek out our identity, and why should we search for purpose? Socrates, and as his name suggests, used the Socratic method to examine life to the fullest. If one does not examine their life, they can never discover any value or purpose within it. The unexamined life is the ultimate ignorance and cowardice. Jumping forward in time, we arrive at Thomas Aquinas. And he outlined 5 major proofs for the existence of God. In these proofs, they range from the proof of motion, proof of degrees of perfection, to the proof of order. And all of these use logic to assert the necessity of God in our universe. While he brilliantly defined these proofs, many other philosophers who would come after him would attempt to dismantle these proofs for God. But without a God, there cannot be true purpose. Jumping forward once again, we arrive to Friedrich Nietzsche. He asserted that God was simply a construct of the mind, and that we had simply created this illusion of God. He believed that our identity was that we had become our own gods, and that we had, quote, killed God. His famous line, "God is dead," didn't age well because eventually Friedrich Nietzsche himself would pass away. Others, such as Karl Marx, asserted that religion itself was simply a tool to be used by the upper classes to subjugate and suppress the classes below them. Then came people like Darwin and Freud, who argued once again for evolution. Freud claimed that we had created God out of a fear for nature. He believed that we had personalized nature and then sacralized it, and in doing so created the concept of God ourselves. At the end of the day, none of these philosophers were able to properly identify our identity or truly discover a purpose. And their evolutionary process involved an upward spiral of progression, which in itself hints at some sort of purpose. At the end of the day, these 4 men all tried to escape the inescapable. And that is that there is a creator of this universe, and we directly receive our identity and purpose from him. Our identity is image bearers of God, and our purpose is to serve and bring glory to him. Thank you for your time.